The Sahel, a vast stretch of land across Africa. From Senegal to Sudan, it bridges the Sahara Desert and the African savanna. This region is home to millions, people with diverse cultures and a shared history. But the Sahel is also a region grappling with challenges. Poverty, climate change, and conflict cast a shadow. And for many in the Sahel, one issue stands out: the lingering legacy of French influence. Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. 3 nations in the heart of the Sahel. These countries share a common past. They were all once under French colonial rule. And they are all now demanding a new future. A future free from foreign interference. A future where they control their own destiny. The call for France out echoes across the Sahel. It's a cry for true independence. This isn't just about history. It's about the present. Many people in the Sahel believe France never truly left. They see France's military presence as a form of control. They resent France's influence over their economies and governments. They feel like pawns in a game they didn't choose. This sentiment is growing. Protests have erupted in cities across the Sahel. People are marching in the streets, demanding France leave. They're waving flags, chanting slogans, and making their voices heard. This is a movement for self-determination. The people of the Sahel are demanding the right to chart their own course. French colonialism, a dark chapter in African history. For decades, France ruled over vast swaths of the continent, including Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. This period left deep scars that are still felt today. The French imposed their language, culture, and systems. They exploited the land and its people for their own gain. They divided communities and sowed seeds of discord. Colonialism was brutal. It was a system built on oppression and exploitation, and its legacy continues to haunt the Sahel.
Even after independence, France's influence didn't disappear. Many argue that it simply took a new form: neocolonialism. France continued to exert control over its former colonies through economic ties, political pressure, and military interventions. This perpetuated a cycle of dependency, keeping the Sahel reliant on France.
Operation Barkhane, a French military operation in the Sahel. Launched in 2014, it aimed to combat terrorism. But it has been met with mixed results. Critics argue that it has failed to address the root causes of instability. They point to the continued presence of French troops as evidence of neocolonialism. The people of the Sahel are tired of being pawns in a geopolitical game. They are done with foreign interference. They want to control their own resources, make their own decisions, and shape their own future. The call for France out is a rejection of neocolonialism in all its forms. It is a demand for genuine independence. France out. The chant echoes through the streets of Bamako, Ouagadougou, and Niamey. It's a rallying cry, a demand for change, a rejection of the status quo. The people of the Sahel are making their voices heard. Protests have become a regular occurrence. Thousands are taking to the streets: students, teachers, workers, and everyday citizens. They hold signs, wave flags, and chant slogans. Their message is clear: France must leave. They accuse France of propping up corrupt regimes. They blame France for the region's economic woes. They criticize France's military interventions. They demand true independence.
These protests are not just about France. They are about a deep-seated desire for self-determination. The people of the Sahel want to control their own destiny. They want to build a future free from foreign interference. They want to be masters of their own fate. Mariama, a young woman from Niger, stands in the crowd at a protest. Her voice is hoarse from chanting, but her spirit is strong. We are tired of being told what to do, she says. We are capable of governing ourselves. We deserve our freedom. Hers is a voice shared by millions across the Sahel, a voice that refuses to be silenced, a voice that demands to be heard.
France is withdrawing its troops from the Sahel. This is a pivotal moment, a turning point in the region's history. But it also raises many questions. What does the future hold for the Sahel? Can these nations finally break free from the shackles of the past?
Some are optimistic. They see this as an opportunity for a new beginning, a chance for the Sahel to forge its own path. They believe that regional cooperation is key. They call for greater unity among African nations.
Others are more cautious. They worry about the void left by France's departure. They fear that other powers will swoop in to fill the vacuum. They point to the growing influence of Russia and China in the region.
One thing is certain: the Sahel is at a crossroads. The choices made today will have a profound impact on the region's future. The people of the Sahel are demanding change, they are yearning for freedom, they are striving for a better tomorrow. The world is watching. Only time will tell what the next chapter holds.